Kneecap release. This is a really subtle move, but a really important one, and one I have found that probably 1 out of every 2 people I introduce this to doesn't get it right away or at first, or find that they can only do one knee at a time, and that's fine. It's very common. It's a move that is so subtle and not something that we are used to thinking about. So it's more a matter of like, how do we connect the brain with with the action that we're supposed to be doing? But essentially, what it is just a conscious relaxation of your quadricep muscles. So the quadricep muscles are 4 muscles in the legs that all converge into a big tendon that attaches at the shin, but it encapsulates your kneecap. So when the quadriceps are contracted, when we tighten them up, it pulls the kneecaps up. You can see that, right? Here they're released, here they're pulled up. Here they're released, here they're pulled up. So that's essentially what we're doing, is being more conscious about releasing them, because for many of us, the common pattern is to be clenching our quadriceps when they don't need to be clenched. So quadriceps can be part of our stability when we're standing. Primarily, they're for extending the knee, but when we're standing still, we start to practice alignment where we're not all forward over the front of our feet, or we're not standing in a bent knee position, which has also become a strategy that we can stand with straight legs, and the line of our mass is going through the center of the legs, down through the center of the feet and the ankles, as you can see here. So the difference between here, or here, and here. And in this position, when we're using the stability of our glute muscles and our hamstrings, balanced with the quadricep support, we can let the kneecaps relax. So here they're pulled up, here they're relaxed, pulled up, relaxed. Okay, so it's just it's a small thing that we bring into a lot of the other stretches that will make other leg movements a lot easier. Now, another reason why it's important is, if we develop a chronic holding pattern in our quadriceps, it becomes a thing that the body will do by itself, and it becomes very difficult for them to release on demand. And I think, as we all probably are familiar with, the first things to go as we get old is the knees, and it doesn't have to be that way. I think a lot of it is because we're overusing the knees. Either in a bent position, we're overusing the quads, and we're underusing the back end for a lot of that power and stability. So just getting comfortable and acquainted with the self-cue to relax the kneecaps can be very helpful, because it will allow greater spaciousness within the knee joint and a lot more fluidity, as opposed to always having the kneecaps kind of clenched in there by the tendons when we have tightly held quadriceps. This can be, like I said, tricky for people to engage with consciously. Sometimes it's like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's fine. It takes practice. If there's been injury or surgeries to the knee, there can be scar tissue in there. There can be issues that don't allow the kneecap to release readily, or maybe difficulty in sensation. I think those things can still be worked with. You might notice forever a difference in one knee to the other, but I think you can still get some opening and at least some release in the quadriceps with practice. So as you're doing this, if this is not immediately easy for you to do, some of it may be because we are not yet practiced in feeling comfortable bringing our weight over the center of the feet, that we are really using that front line of the body as our sense of support. In which case, that's something we can work on separately. But if that's the case for you, one of the things we can do is take the stability part out of it. I'm sitting in a chair. So now you don't have to worry about falling over. Bring your legs out, making sure that your knees are not bent. When your knees are bent, the quadriceps are going to be in a slightly contracted position. So we really want to just let them be relaxed and neutral. And then here, we can try pulling up the kneecaps or tightening the quads and releasing. And then as you get comfortable with that, I said when and not if, because eventually you will, and you get a sense of what that feels like, you can start trying to do it more in standing. And if it helps to hold on to something so you can let your weight come back more over your center of your feet or your heels, you can do that, and then see if your quadriceps are like, okay, I'm not needed here, I can relax. And it's a good first step to diminishing knee pain and encouraging knee mobility if you're trying to do any kind of exercises to get to get back and to upkeep the mobility of your knee, which is so important. All right, so enjoy that.